Hey y'all, it's my review for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, episodes 11, 12, and maybe 13. Maybe. It is 9:30 p.m. Let's see how fast we can get through 11 and 12. Anywho, I want to say I'm sorry for slacking on Salt Lake City and Miami. It's just Sunday nights, Potomac, Married to Medicine, their priority. Then Housewives of Beverly Hills, also priority. So stuff gets lost in the shuffle. But anyway, I'm doing it now. Let's get into it. So we open with Heather. She's talking to her daughter on FaceTime. She's so excited that she's in a good place with Lisa Barlow. And since season 1, that's pretty much all she's ever wanted. She's so excited that she wants to hold a dinner for the ladies. But this dinner, it has to have a theme, and it's Mormonism, the thing she's speaking out about. And not just any old Mormonism. Mormonism from the 1800s. Next scene, we're with Monica talking to her daughter. This might be a best fiends team. Yep, they're reminiscing. We're seeing young photos of Monica. We're on a time crunch. Fast forward. Next scene, we're with Angie K getting lunch with her husband. Angie K looks like she's dressed for the Renaissance tour. All right, this lunch between them is very awkward. I see no chemistry between them. The rumors ain't helping him. Did she really just tell her husband, so what do we talk about? How long have y'all been married? Now see, I was excited to go back and review Salt Lake City, but this beginning, I'm frying catfish. I'm sorry, I think they're living separate lives, or at least he definitely is. Okay, so it looks like Angie K is gonna be in a better place with her husband. That is my Angie impression. Maybe I need to work on it some more. So next scene, we're at Heather's new house. She's being visited by Lisa. As Lisa's pulling into her driveway, I think she hits a big rock or boulder in front of Heather's house, and it kind of fucked up the bottom of her Porsche. You know she said something about that to Heather. But Heather, for lunch, she has a whole spread of Wendy's for Lisa. I gotta give Lisa her props. She got a whole Wendy's sponsorship at BravoCon. Like I said, the women on the show, as I'm watching them, they can get on my nerves. But Lisa in person, she was really sweet. And at the end of the day, I don't know these women. I can't really hate them unless they're racist. But at the end of the day, you really have to realize it's a silly reality show. And I wish we would apply that to Potomac. But I digress. Heather is really kissing Lisa's ass. I think this is a problem with Heather. It's a pattern. How she treats like an alpha female friend that she wanted to be friends with. Like, she did it with Jen Shaw, and now she's doing it with Lisa. So they're talking, and Heather tells Lisa that she's been thinking about planning a trip somewhere tropical. And then she said, well, I was hanging with Monica the other night. Lisa's face changes immediately. So then we flash back to when her and Monica hung out before Lisa. Monica's saying that she has family in Bermuda, and Heather was like, oh, why don't we just go there for your birthday? And in terms of us going there, I really want you to make up with Lisa Barlow because I want her to come on this trip. So Monica agrees, but Heather's telling Lisa this, and she's like, well, Monica's not my problem. I don't even need an apology from her. It looks like she's pretty done on Monica. And to Heather, she thinks that Lisa and Monica could be in a better place. Oh boy, was she wrong. And then Heather, out of all people now, is beefing with Monica. Oh man, I can't wait for that. So next scene, we're with Whitney meeting up with Angie K for lunch. So Angie's telling Whitney about her progress in her marriage, and she went on a date with her husband for the first time in 2 years. And I'm like, if they haven't been on a date in 2 years, when was the last time they had sex? So I'm like, yeah, something in the buttermilk ain't clean. And she's telling this to Whitney, who, you know, Whitney a freak. She loves sex. So this is unheard of to her. Whitney's now disclosing what she's going through in her marriage, and she's letting Angie K know that at one point, it was her and her husband, and they were asking each other, do you still want to do this? I think she's been with her husband a long time. I can't remember. I think it was over a decade. Look, marriage, I can imagine, with the same person every single day, it's hard. A year with gay people, that's like 7 years. If you didn't know, dating years and gay years is like dog years. Damn, I really wish we could just get to the Mormon dinner because this episode, it ain't giving for me. Anywho, next scene, we're at Meredith's, and oh my God, I totally forgot she was on the show. They're still doing this podcast shtick, and she's having Whitney and her husband over to join them. Didn't they just get cool? Like, they've been fighting for at least the majority of the season. So they're all buddy-buddy right now, getting along, just so chummy. I'm bored. So their podcast is called Hanging by a Thread. Much like my fucks right now. Fast forward. So next thing is the day of Heather's event where she's having a colonial Mormon dinner for the ladies. They're going to do activities too. I think churn butter. Also, she'll be having the ladies wear bonnets and aprons. Very Handmaid's Tale attire. So most of the ladies are arriving. They're putting on those bonnets and aprons. And Monica arrives as she's greeting the ladies. She says, "Hi, Lisa." Lisa ignored her. Now see, Lisa, she tried. She extended the olive branch for you. All you had to say was hello. So to Heather, this dinner is a thank you to the other ladies for supporting her book event in the last episode. This is also where she's going to announce the cash trip to the ladies. I got my drink right now. By the way, it's bourbon and sweet tea. So the activity they're doing now is they're making butter. You know, I really don't feel like watching these ladies shake cream. Fast forward. So now they finally get to the dinner table. Can we please get to some drama? Now wait a minute. So their Mormon dinner is ribs, cornbread, and mac and cheese. And they're trying to claim that. Heather, stop it. So I'm really curious how it's going to go left at the table between Lisa and Monica. Oh God, here we go. Yep, I know how it's going to go left now. Let's play a game. It always starts at a dinner table on Housewives. Heather wants to play a game that's most likely gonna start some shit. Yeah, this is a messy ass motherfucking question. Seriously, Heather? So basically, if they have a full wagon, who would you kick off your wagon? And then she starts with Lisa? I mean, who the fuck you think she gonna choose, Heather? Oh my God, like right out the gate. She's like, well, I'm a supporter of women, so I want to leave the person that's the nastiest out of it. So yeah, I'm going to nominate you, Monica. Wow. So you know they're going back and forth already. Monica's Lisa impression. Oh my God, so you think you can't talk to me like that? Heather, look what you started. We weren't even going to get all the way around. You just wanted to start some shit. And I get it, because this was a boring ass episode. So they are going back and forth, and Monica is not letting up. It just keeps going on. Angie K is trying to stop it. So now it looks like all the ladies jumping in to try to stop this. And they're all going at Monica and not Lisa. They're telling Monica to be quiet. Lisa's the one that started it though, so you can't really call Monica the antagonizer. Monica peeps this real fast and she's really upset about it, that people were telling her to calm down. So then Heather calls Monica over and she's telling them we're supposed to announce the trip. And Monica's like, I'm not going. So now it looks like Heather and Monica are going back and forth because Heather's like, y'all were going back and forth being nasty. And Monica's like, were you there at the table? She came at me first. Monica has a point, but I'm not sure why she's letting it get to her. Are you really give a fuck what Lisa thinks about you? So Lisa then surprisingly tries to walk up to Monica and make it right. I think she even said sorry. Lisa's mostly doing it because she saw Heather put so much effort into making this event. So Lisa and Monica, it looked like they make a truce. Like Monica even said, I'm sorry, I called you ugly. I didn't mean it. And what about the game, Heather? That was the first person. You knew what you did. Oh my God, and all they're doing now is shaking that fucking cream. Can this episode end? I'm too high for this. Like that cream shaking is making this noise that's making me uncomfortable. So as Heather's announcing the trip to the ladies, like, you know, Monica helped planned it and she's trying to get Monica to participate or whatever. So they let the ladies know that they're going to Bermuda. Everyone's in a good mood. And then Monica shits all over it. She's like, we're all going to the triangle circle of hell because that's where we belong. Like she's upset, crying. And then she's like, maybe it's not a good idea I come to Bermuda. Heather's face, oh my God. She's like staring at her with disdain. She's like, are you serious? You don't want to go? Like, we planning this all around you? She's like, this is totally different energy. You came in her nasty full force and now you're crying? Like, we're the ones against you? So we cut to Monica's confessional and she's pissed. Then we get another Jen Shaw mention and Monica says, I always wonder why Jen had nothing nice to say about Heather and Lisa. And now I know why. Now see, Monica, I'm gonna have to deduct points for that because you're referencing Jen Shaw. To use Jen Shaw as a source of that is outlandish to me. Heather then asked Monica, where's that cheerful Monica? Monica's like, she's dead. Y'all killed her. And that is where the episode ends. Let's get to episode 12. So we open 12 at Angie K's house, and she's being visited by Heather, who's looking good. All right, Heather, I see you. That bad Mormon book money is paying off. Also, I think Heather shouldn't be mad, just thinking from the last episode, because it's because of you that they got into it. So now you mad at Monica because of how she reacted from Lisa because of your game. I actually have sympathy for Monica, and I think Heather's in the wrong. Wow, so Heather's talking about, Monica's change in moods and how it reminds her of Jen Shah. Like this early in the episode, 3 minutes in, we get another Jen Shah mention. Production is rolling the footage, and I gotta say, there's some similarities. I said this earlier about Monica. I mean, to even get in cahoots or be friends with a person like Jen Shah, it says a lot about your character too. Yeah, Heather's mad. I think the only reason she's bothered, though, is because maybe she didn't want to go to Bermuda, and the only reason they chose that was because of Monica. And now Monica didn't want to go. That set her off. So Heather is saying she still wants Monica to go on the trip, and she'll most likely see her at Meredith's event, who Angie isn't invited to. So next scene, we're with Whitney and her husband driving. It looks like she found out that a close friend of hers, who has actually been on the show multiple times at Whitney's event, is diagnosed with cancer. And it seemed like it's terminal, and her husband is just consoling her right now. So as Whitney's talking about her friend, she compares it to looking at the bigger picture and just telling her husband that, are our problems really that big to the point we need to, not do this anymore? Looks like it brings them close together. Fast forward. So next scene, we're with Meredith and Lisa going to lunch. They're cool again. It really reminds me how close they were in the first season, where I could not tell them apart, at least for the first 5 episodes. So they get on the topic of Monica, and Lisa says she tried to talk to Monica, but it goes nowhere. Then she says there's so much low-hanging fruit around Monica. Damn, I might have to steal that one. There's so much low-hanging fruit around you. So now all of a sudden Meredith changes the topic and asks Lisa, did you tell Angie K that I would threaten her? Like with something that I know? Because in Palm Springs, when Meredith was drunk off her ass, the rumors and nastiness. She only told that to Lisa. Yeah, Lisa lies. And in production, they roll the footage. Clearly, Lisa instigated that. So Meredith isn't liking what Lisa's saying because she's getting defensive about her hypocrisy. Because she's saying that, what she's accusing Monica of, that's what Angie is doing to Meredith, which is manipulation, gaslighting. Lisa doesn't agree, and it looks like their friendship just took 3 steps back. Damn, they're going back and forth right now. And I thought they were going to be in a good place in this lunch. So now Lisa's calling Meredith out for telling Whitney that she could ruin someone's life with what she knows. And Lisa's point is, you're making a threat to somebody. And Meredith disagrees because she says, just because I say I'll ruin their life doesn't mean I can. Is that making sense to y'all, or I'm just high? So now Meredith finds out from Lisa that when they went to Palm Springs and she told her about the rumors and nastiness, that's when Lisa pumped the brakes on their friendship. So then Meredith asked her, wait, so when you pumped the brakes on me, did you pump the brakes on Angie K? And she's like, no. So then Meredith, she automatically thinks, well, so that means you were on her side this entire time when she was coming at me. And that's basically what it was. Wow. So next scene, we're with Monica as she's visiting Mary Cosby. Now, wait a minute. Does Mary actually have a good wig on? Wow. So they're eating cake right now, and I must say, Monica and Mary have an amazing chemistry. Like, I want to watch this show. Mary tells Monica that she's just been trying to hold on to her sanity lately. You know what? That's too easy. We're going to move on. So Monica's talking to Mary about Lisa, and Mary actually gives a very honest opinion to her, saying, I think it's actually both of y'all. Both of y'all are really nasty to each other. And Monica tries to receive that, but she's like, no, Lisa is the problem. Monica's Lisa impression is dead on. I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. So Mary suggests that Monica doesn't hold a grudge against Lisa because it's just going to eat her up inside. So then Monica now says she's going to apologize to Lisa. So next scene we're with Whitney, and she found out that her friend died. Wow. That's sad. She says she's still gonna go to Meredith's event though because her best friend would have wanted her to go. Next scene, we're with Lisa and her family, and she's shopping for Mormon wear for her son. Fast forward. So next scene, we're with Monica and Heather meeting, and it looks like they're in a better place right now, and Monica's in better spirits, clearly, and she says she's still gonna go to Bermuda. So Monica apologizes to Heather for ruining their vacation announcement to the other ladies. We cut to Heather's confessional though, and she says Monica has a dark side to her. Damn, they really think they're gonna have a good time in Bermuda. Oh man, Heather gonna get that phone call. Side note, they were so dressed up to go get drinks. Like, I thought they were about to go to Meredith's event. Okay, never mind, I was right. So they met for drinks before they went to Meredith's event. So Whitney arrives to the party, and as soon as she sees Meredith, Meredith sees the pain on her face and is like, what's wrong? And she tells her friend passed. And she just said, you know, I just want to show my face. And I guess she's leaving after this. But Meredith is crying now. They're actually in a good place. It's shocking. These alliances just be switching. Oh, so Whitney's staying. I thought she was gonna leave. I don't know, if I just walked into the party and I start crying, I'm like, maybe I shouldn't stay here. So Lisa comes up to the ladies, and it looks like she doesn't even acknowledge Whitney, especially her going through a hard time right now. And I'm guessing from a few episodes ago, when it's actually your fault that Lisa and Monica got into it, she called Lisa out on ruining her event, along with Monica, and that didn't sit right with Lisa, and they really haven't talked since. So then a little later, we see Whitney, Lisa, and Monica looking at jewelry. Lisa's still not acknowledging that Whitney's going through something and just talking to her like superficially. And she's like, you know what, I gotta get out of here. And she makes an excuse to go say hi to somebody, leaving Monica and Lisa to talk it out. So then Monica extends the olive branch to Lisa. She apologizes, actually showers her with compliments, and Lisa actually has a smile on her face. So it looks like they'll agree to move past this for now before they go to Bermuda. Okay, they laying it on a bit thick for me. I mean, Monica, all you do is apologize. Now y'all like talking like y'all old girlfriends. So then a little later, Lisa pulls Whitney to the side to talk to her. And it's not even about Whitney asking her, how are you doing? But she tells her about the lunch she had with Meredith. And Whitney tells her, well, you know, I just lost my best friend, so life is short. She then tells Lisa, like, forgive me, but I don't really have the capacity to talk about that right now. Lisa's just so not self-aware. So thankfully, Monica interrupts them and gets all the ladies to hover around her talking about Bermuda, and she's more excited about it. And she's definitely going now. So afterwards, Lisa walks up to Whitney, and then it looks like Lisa kind of struggles with dealing with people who are grieving. Because then she says, well, I'm sorry about your loss. Like, finally. But then Whitney lets her know that when she came in the party, all she talked about was, oh, Heather, this is the jewelry. This is so fabulous, without even acknowledging Whitney. Yeah, Whitney is pissed, but Lisa's receptive to it. I really think it's because she's just not self-aware. So, of course, Lisa is making excuses instead of just saying, I'm sorry. Saying that, well, you know, I just can't keep up with everyone's mental state at the same time. We cut to Whitney's confessional. She's like, I've been telling you for the past 5 days, and bitch, I texted you last night. Does she need an abacus to keep up with that? It was only 24 hours ago. Damn, I feel bad. Whitney is pissed. They're going back and forth now, and Whitney's just telling Lisa how she feels, but Lisa will not back down. Like, she's making excuses for it, and they're just getting louder with each other. Now Whitney's calling out Lisa's friendship with Heather, saying that, you know, I told you that my friend passed, and the first thing I see is you getting a gift for Heather. And she points out that y'all were just at each other's throats the last week, and now y'all best friends? Lisa's just getting defensive and trying to argue her point, but Whitney is clearly upset. Just let her have that and back down. They're causing a commotion now, and Whitney's done. She walks away from Lisa, look like she's about to leave, and Lisa's following her. Monica's telling Heather, Whitney and Lisa just stormed out of here. Heather's like, are you serious? Monica's like, I'm just glad it's not me today. So maybe Lisa shouldn't have followed her because Whitney just goes in on her saying that she's selfish and I'm always there for you, Lisa. You're never there for me. Look, Whitney storms off and ooh, Lisa is mad, mostly because she don't want to look like the shitty person that didn't acknowledge a friend's grief or whatever. Ooh, she is so upset, and you know she want to cuss Whitney the fuck out. She don't even care about Whitney. She care about looking good, about caring about Whitney. Anywho, I think she learned from last season and hurry up and try to take that mic off. Oh, and that's the end of the episode. You know what? We're at 11:52 right now. I started at 9:30. Let's go for episode 13. So the episode opens, it's a montage of all the ladies getting ready for Bermuda. Where with Whitney and her husband's asking her, are you going to be okay for this trip? I mean, the way she went off on Lisa, I don't know. I think she may need to sit this one out. Yeah, Whitney's still feeling some type of way that she's been there for Lisa and it hasn't been reciprocated. So the ladies are at the airport and we're taking our first international trip on Salt Lake City. So they arrive at Bermuda and this is day one. They're still driving to the hotel, but Meredith is going through it. Allegedly, she's drinking and taking her sleeping pills. Wow, that's a nice ass house. Damn. So Monica's saying it's a huge ass mansion that can fit 700 of her houses. So production, you know, they had to be messy. So they show us a picture of Monica's sad looking house and stacks it on the mansion. Well, at least everyone's getting along so far, even after picking the rooms. Oh, well, I spoke too soon because whatever Meredith's going through right now, what made it worse is her finding out her room doesn't have a bathtub. So she storms off. So the ladies are eating brunch separately and Whitney's pissed that she's just talking to Angie K. And then Lisa's with Heather and then Monica goes to check on Meredith. So then Heather asks Lisa, how is she with Whitney? And Lisa looked like she's done with Whitney. Whitney said she texted Lisa and she didn't respond back to her. She said they were on such good progress of being friends. Now all that's out the window and they're back enemies. She also says she acknowledges that, you know, being nice around Lisa, like when she didn't really have like that many people in her corner, that made her be less of a selfish person because normally she's self-absorbed. But then Heather, she goes back and tells Lisa this in a way where Lisa is offended. Heather says Whitney told her that her hanging around Lisa is making Lisa a better person, a less terrible person. And that's how Lisa's taking it, and she's very pissed off. So Lisa is now taking it as Whitney comparing herself to Jesus. Damn, Heather, look what you did. Maybe that's why she told your ass to shut the fuck up. So now we're with Monica visiting Meredith's room, and Meredith just looks out of it. What did she take? Meredith is still pressed about not getting a bathtub. Wow. Meredith says it shows the level of respect the women have for me in this group. So then after hearing this, Monica goes downstairs and tells Lisa and Heather what Meredith said. And I think she put a little spice on it, saying that she calling everyone selfish. And look, Lisa and Heather don't give a fuck. They're not about to give up their room. And I'm wondering, does Monica have a room with a bathtub? You know, if she cares so much, give her your room. Child, a little later, we're at Meredith's room, and now we see the EMTs walking in. Meredith looks awful. You would think she's in her final days the way she's looking. So the first activity they're doing is a rum tasting. And all the ladies are there, I mean, except for Meredith, and Whitney's late. So all the ladies are having fun drinking. We see Meredith posted up in the bed getting her makeup done. Saying she don't know what's going on. Wasn't Meredith the one earlier looking down on the ladies for rushing to their rooms? If you wanted a room in the bathroom, you should have ran to it. So later on in the evening, the ladies are headed to dinner, and Meredith actually makes it out. So as they're headed to the restaurant, Meredith has an announcement for the van. Who here has a bathtub? So pretty much everybody in the van has a bathtub in their room. And I was like, wait a minute, Monica, why don't you give your room to Meredith? Meredith is saying because she was sick, she should have been offered the room with the bathtub. So then Lisa pops up, you did not tell anybody that you wanted a room with the bathtub. And look, Lisa, let it go. Choose your battles. And no one on this bus still has offered their room. So somehow Angie K jumps in this argument, calling Meredith out for telling Heather that she'll be on her back and spreading her legs. I don't know what's going on, but now these two are going at it. Angie, why would you say something to Meredith when you know she don't fuck with you? Oh wait, camera time. And of course she brings up Meredith threatening her family, once again. They're now calling each other low, dirty, and classless. When is it gonna end? I've tried to be happy with you, but you're always flipping on me. So they finally arrive to dinner. They sit down, and of course, Meredith is facing Angie at the table. All right, so it looked like they move on from Meredith's drama. I think all she wanted was an apology, as well as a bathtub, but it looked like she ain't getting it. But now Whitney wants to air out her grievance with Lisa. So from Whitney's perspective, she felt like Lisa wasn't very self-aware to her situation. She wanted like some type of acknowledgement. And to Lisa, she feels like Whitney is actually taking out her grief on her. So they're yelling back and forth at the table now, and Lisa's telling Whitney that you really hurt me the way you came at me. And then she said, while we're at it, did you have a conversation with Heather saying that I'm self-absorbed and you're making me a better person? Ooh, I knew Lisa was gonna throw that in her face, and then she threw Heather under the bus too. And Heather and Whitney are just getting to a good place. We do not need them at odds again. Oh man, we got Whitney versus Heather now. She's asking Heather, why are you meddling in my friendship with Lisa? Whitney then tells Lisa that Heather is spitting her words. Wow, whoever thought that Whitney and Heather would be competing for Lisa's friendship, because that's basically what it looks like. So now Lisa wants to make it about herself and how Whitney made her feel for calling her out for not being self-aware and asking her about her grief. This whole argument is a circle jerk. While this argument is so bad, it has Meredith and Angie toasting their glasses. Oh, shit. Heather and Whitney are going at it, and Heather's just disagreeing with everything Whitney's saying. Whitney then says, Heather, shut the fuck up. It's like a record scratch at the table. Now Heather is pissed. I mean, for a friend to tell you to shut the fuck up, that's a lot. I've never had someone tell me to shut the fuck up in a serious way. We're now back to Whitney versus Heather. My God. We were doing so good. So good. Why is it not possible for Lisa to be friends with Heather and Whitney at the same time? Why? Whitney, though, is still trying to explain to Lisa that, you know, for the past year, you've been the one that I would expect to comfort me. Heather is laughing at that. We cut to her confessional. She's saying Lisa Barlow is many things. Comforter? Nah. Lisa and Heather are really going at it over Lisa's friendship. Lisa Barlow's friendship. Their season 1 selves are looking at them and laughing. Whitney's actually accusing Heather of trying to sabotage her and Lisa's friendship. Heather says the only person Whitney has to worry about ruining her friendship with Lisa is herself. She'll do a good job of that on the trip. Heather thinks this is all ridiculous. She calls Whitney crazy. It starts to rain. Heather's over it and she's ready to leave. So they get back to the house. I think most of them are drunk, but Monica's teasing Whitney that she's gonna fight Heather, and Whitney says she'll beat her ass. So Monica's taking a bet and who will win the fight between Whitney and Heather. That's almost like an even matchup. Maybe Whitney. I say Whitney. I feel like she's faster. Whitney says she knows jujitsu and Muay Thai. She could break her elbow in 3 seconds. So now it's just Monica and Meredith talking, and Meredith is still talking about that damn bathtub. Meredith says how much she appreciates Monica just being there for her. And if she wasn't there, she probably would have been left. Oh boy, here we go. They had to end it on this. So I guess Meredith is talking about her relationship with Angie and like how she just won't let it go. And Monica brings up to Meredith how they both got DMs from somebody, I'm guessing about rumors that Angie K is in the Greek mafia. What's the correlation though? And they're talking about this on camera. I'm wondering, how is it going to get back to Angie K? Oh, so now Meredith doesn't really want to talk about it on camera, and she says she doesn't really care about it. But then Monica says in her confessional that it's weird because Meredith is the one that hit her up about the rumors about Angie K. Is Meredith playing puppeteer with Monica so she can say this nasty rumor about Angie K? Or is Monica the one being messy and going to try to throw Meredith under the bus? I guess we'll see. I'm still waiting on the Bermuda call. Are we going to get to that? Anywho, y'all, I did 3 episodes. It is now 1 a.m. But yes, we are caught up now in Salt Lake City. Miami is next. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this episode. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.